Welcome. Have you ever thought how much better life would be if only you had a little more money? I know I have. Take a moment and think about what you would do if you had an extra $50 or $100 next week. No strings attached. $50 or $100. What would you do with it? Is there something urgent you would spend it on? Is there a debt you would pay off? Is there something you need to save for? Is there a cool experience you want to give your child? How would it feel to have a little extra breathing room and the opportunity to save and plan for the future? Today, we'll be discussing ways to get that extra money each week. I know that sounds too good to be true, but we're going to look at ways to free up some extra money by taking advantage of opportunities in your community to take care of some basic needs without having to pay for them yourself. Let's look at an example. My friend Nollie was stressed out about money. Look at how she was able to find the helpers in her life to help her find some extra money each week.
My Nave means everything to me. I'm building us a better life. My social services case manager got me into this cool training program to be a certified nursing assistant. I want to work in the ER. My TANF check covers our rent and SNAP helps with food, but it's just hard. Nave's teacher asked me to bring in some extra clothes and she's outgrown her sneakers. Where am I supposed to get the money for that stuff? I talked to my pastor about quitting school. He told me I just need to find all the helpers I can and build up my team. I was like, what? He put me in touch with a lady at the community assistance program. She showed me how to get help with my electric bill, how to get free bus rides, and how to use food pantries to stretch the money I do have. I did build my team. I know I can ask for help, so I can focus on finishing school.
Can I just say that I think Nollie is a rock star in the mom department? The big strategy Nollie was using was looking for ways to find extra money each week by not paying for certain necessities. Every dollar she doesn't have to use on necessities is a dollar she can use for something else. Let's say you spend $100 on groceries each week. If you are earning the federal minimum wage, you had to work 16 or 17 hours for that money. Even if you were making $20 an hour, that's still 5 hours of your time. Let's say you were to go to a food pantry each week instead of spending money at the grocery store for some of your basics. Even if it took you a half an hour to get there, an hour to shop, and a half an hour to get home, that's still only about 2 hours of your time. If you saved yourself $100, then you basically just made $50 an hour. I don't know about you, but I think that's pretty good. You may not be able to get everything your family needs at a food pantry, but the big idea here is to get as much as possible and use your hard-earned cash for the things you don't find there. So the next question is, how do I find out about ways to stretch my paycheck? I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. It's called findhelp.org. This is a free website that lists thousands of resources in your community. Let me show you what I mean. Let's take Nollie, for example. She lives in New Orleans. I'll put in her zip code, 70117. And look at that, over 2,400 programs nearby. We're talking about food pantries right now. So I'll click on food and select food pantries. There are 17 food pantries near Nollie. She can pick ones that are open at times that work for her. She also mentioned free bus passes. I can find those up here at Transit and choose bus passes. Here's a place she can call about bus passes. Now, depending on where you live, your options may be different than Nollie's, but findhelp.org will help you find other ways to get what you need. And it turns out that there are all kinds of ways to stretch your paycheck. You can use findhelp.org to find ways to save on all of the basics: rent, food, diapers and baby food, childcare, electricity, transportation, clothes, medication, and healthcare needs. Some of the best case managers I've ever met use findhelp.org, but you can use this yourself to find things that would be most helpful to you. If you don't have a smartphone or a computer, or if you just don't feel that comfortable with the internet, that's no problem. Nearly every community has a public library, and most of those have computers you can use. And librarians are great at helping people find what they're looking for. In addition to finding ways to save money, one way to stretch your paycheck is to find small ways to earn a little more or trade for something you need. My friends and I call this a side hustle. Any of these sound like they fit you? You can earn extra money with skills you have, like providing childcare or doing yard work. You could use talents or hobbies to make items to sell online or start a part-time small business. You could trade things like house cleaning or babysitting for services you need, like car repairs. You could run errands for other people for a small fee. You could become a driver for a ride-sharing service. Think about your week. Can you fit something like this in? You can decide what works best for you and your schedule. The best thing about working a side hustle or using findhelp.org to pay for your necessities is that you are in charge of getting what you want, and you are in charge of how you spend the money you earn or save. Be sure to check out the resource guide that accompanies this video for more ideas on how to stretch your paycheck. And watch some of our other videos on more ways you can make things better for yourself and your family. And remember, you've got this.